The senior night post-game edition here on MSUEagles.com. We're joined by three special guests: head coach Donnie Tyndall of the Morehead State men's basketball program. On the left, senior Lamont Middleton, and on the right, senior Ty Profitt. We spoke to Terrence Hill at length the other night with Coach Tyndall after the Eastern Illinois win. Tonight, Morehead State gets it done 76-61 in the regular season finale over SIU Edwardsville. The Eagles have won 4 straight in league play and improved to 10-6 in the conference, where they'll finish the regular season. Coach, before we get into the game tonight, which was a good one for the Eagles once again, just wanted to ask you about your senior class. A nice pregame ceremony tonight honoring these two guys along with senior Terrence Hill, and I know they've meant a lot to you over the years here at MSU.
Well, they have. You know, Ty's been with me for 4 years, 3 years as a player, including his redshirt year, and I think is the epitome of what a student athlete should be. He's a guy that's dedicated both on the floor and in the classroom. Going to graduate with over 3.8 and has been a great role model for our young players with his toughness and grit and practice habits. And I've been very blessed and fortunate to be around him for 4 years, and hope that my daughters grow up to marry someone like a Ty Profitt, you know, and I think that speaks for itself. Lamont Middleton is a guy that is so unselfish. He's about one thing and one thing only, and that's winning basketball games. He's won in high school 2 state titles. He's won in junior college a national title. He helped us last year go the round of 32, and he's been a great leader for us. He's not a guy that gets hung up on shots or points. He's just about one thing, and that's winning, and he's been a great leader for us all year long. So very proud of both of these guys. They're both going to graduate on time in May, and I don't know if our fans know this, but this is the first time in 42 years that Morehead State has had 4 straight winning seasons. So these guys have both been a huge part of that, and I'm very proud of them.
Lamont, we'll start with you as you kind of look back, and I know we're not done. We're headed to Nashville, and hopefully with a good seed, possibly a first-round bye. We'll confirm that later tonight. But just your thoughts looking back, both on and off the court, in your 2 seasons here after transferring into MSU.
My 2 seasons here has been great. Last year, us going to the NCAA tournament, beating Louisville. I played with some great players these last 2 years, and this year when we go to OVC, I just want to redo what we did last year.
Lamont, talk about your leadership a little bit. This team only had 5 returning players at the beginning of the year. T. Hill goes down to the very unfortunate injury. Really just 3 guys who have been receiving a lot of minutes this year who played last season. But with a small senior class and a small group of returning players, just talk about trying to get some of these newcomers up to speed and what you've done this year both on and off the floor.
Just trying to keep everybody together, keeping everybody on the same page and going after the same goals, and that's what me, Ty, and Terrence tried to do at the beginning of the season. Then when Terrence went down, me and Ty had to step up and take more role into the leadership role.
We'll move over to senior Ty Profitt now, and Ty, you've done quite a bit both on and off the floor. I think your athletic accomplishments and achievements speak for themselves, and one of the nice things about you've had a great GPA here the entire time at Morehead State and have accomplished a lot in the classroom. Just your thoughts as you look back. And I know, again, we're not done in the semester. You guys are still actively pursuing those degrees in May, but just your thoughts as you look back at your time here at MSU.
Yeah, it just boils down to one thing. You know, I'm extremely happy that I ended up here. You know, in high school, I didn't come here. You know, my dad had a good relationship with Coach Tyndall. I knew Coach Tyndall, but it boils down to one thing. It's God's plan. He wanted me to be here, and I ended up here, and I'm definitely a better person for it. You know, my GPA, my work ethic, that's just a reflection of my family. My parents have raised me. If I could do anything, I would imitate them. You know, I sit there and I think all the time, I have kids one day. I'm lucky enough to do that. I don't know how there's any way in the world my kids can love me as much as I love my mom and dad. And it's a scary thought. I'm growing up, my senior year, man, and I just want to make sure that I've done everything to be a good basketball player, to be a good person. But it's you can't attribute any of that to me. It just comes down to the people that raised me, the people that mold me. Coach Tyndall, if there's one thing I can say to him is I'm a better person for being here. I mean, he's just him, Coach O'Connor, all the coaches that have been here, and just helped me to grow up, because that's what I did. That's what my college experience has been. It's been a lot of fun with basketball, but I did a lot of growing up in life as well.
Talk about, Ty, the growth and maturity of this program as you've seen it here the last 3 years of you being on the floor. You and Terrence Hill played alongside an NBA player for a couple of years. And I think what's even more impressive, at least in my opinion, just studying the history of this program, is a lot of people kind of gave up on you. I shouldn't say gave up, but the expectations were kind of lowered a little bit. I know they weren't lowered internally, but you guys come through with an outstanding season, possibly a top 3 or top 4 seed after losing Terrence Hill. It just seemed like all the odds were against you, and you guys really are hitting your stride here late in the season.
Yeah, anybody that knows anything about basketball, it doesn't matter how good your players are. I mean, obviously that helps, but if your players aren't a team, if they're not a team together, that doesn't mean anything. If you have a group of selfish guys that are just trying to get theirs, they're not going to do anything. In a league like the OVC, where every team can play, every game's a grind, you got to know, like, especially for me, I got people like Lamont and Drew, everybody on the team, they got my back. If I mess up, I know I got guys behind me that are going to step up and make plays, and that's the epitome of Moorhead. Like us, we don't have a superstar. I mean, we just, we're just a group of guys. It doesn't matter who scores. It doesn't matter who gets the minutes. We just want to win. We want to go back to the NCAA tournament and just to continue to be the Moorhead State that, we're trying to put on the map.
Coach, as we get into some thoughts about tonight's game, and once again we're visiting with Coach Donnie Tyndall of the Moorhead State men's basketball program, Lamont Austin, and Ty Profitt here on senior night after a good win over SIU Edwardsville. Your team holds the Cougars off the scoreboard altogether for over 8 minutes tonight, another outstanding defensive performance. I just was tracking here the last 13 games, 12 of the opponents you guys have played have been limited to below 70 points, and I'm sure you would say that defense has been the key down the stretch and has translated to some good wins here late in the season.
Well, it is. Defense and rebounding has been our staple since I've taken the program over, and I think this team probably more so than any team I've coached took a while to totally buy into that. And I think that probably the last 12 to 15 games, guys have finally said, okay, this is what's going to work, and for the most part it has worked. We've defended better, we've rebounded better. Early in the season we were getting out-rebounded constantly. That changed. Our defensive field goal percentages slowly went down. The first half it was really good tonight, not quite as good the second half. We were even on the boards with a physical, athletic team, and I thought another big key tonight, we only had 9 turnovers, which was huge. So we're sharing the ball, and we're guarding much better, and that's got to be the MO of our team. We're not going to outscore people. Our guys understand that, like Ty just mentioned. We don't have a first-round pick this year. We don't have a guy that's averaging 20 points a game, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're a team, and we've got to play a certain way to be successful. But guys have bought in, and for the most part, they've done exactly what we've needed them to do.
Lamont, talk a little bit about your individual defense tonight and the team's defense. You guys forced 15 turnovers in the first half. You guys were active, lots of deflections, some steals. Really look good defensively. Just talk about your play, bringing that energy and being successful in that press that you guys are known for.
I think for this team, our staple will be our defense and our press. Like we said, we don't have any NBA players or anybody that's going to go out and score 40. So I think that our coaches stay on our back about defense and guarding the ball for every day from this season, from when it started.
Ty, as we look ahead, you've been through the OVC tournament multiple times. We'll know the seeding later tonight here on Saturday evening, but just talk about the mentality going in. You guys are hoping to still get that first round bye, which would mean only 3 games that you would need to play, but regardless of whether you play 3 consecutive days or 4 consecutive days, you have to be mentally focused, I'm sure, and physically prepared to go in there and battle day after day.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if we play the 1 seed or the 8 seed. Everybody in this league can play. We're going to face somebody, and it's do or die time. We're going to get their best shot. They're going to get our best shot most certainly, and we just need to execute a game plan. The coaches spend hours and hours watching film, studying, talking to each other. And, usually if we do what they tell us to do, we win. If we don't, we've obviously lost. But, that's the main thing about college basketball. You have a coaching staff for a reason. We got to follow the game plan and what they tell us to do. And if we do that, we'll be fine in this OVC tournament.
Coach, I told sophomore Drew Kelly after the game we've got 2 more years to talk to him, but I wanted to get a quick comment from you about his performance tonight. He leads the Eagles with 21 points, 11 out of 14 at the free throw stripe, and 6 rebounds. to me, and maybe you would disagree or agree, but to me, he kind of had that look in his eyes, like, give me the ball, and had some really good post moves, in my opinion. Just wanted to get the analysis from you.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He wanted the ball, and that's a big key with Drew. You know, our team was told each and every game to throw the ball to the post and work inside out. And fortunately, we have unselfish guys like Lamont and Ty that are willing to do that. And many times with Drew, it's just about how bad does he want it. And tonight you could tell he wanted the ball, he demanded the ball. I had to tell him to be quiet a couple times because he kept suggesting plays that I run for him. I said, just convert the plays that we run. You're doing fine. But that's a good problem to have. Trust me, that's what I want, is a guy that wants the ball and is demanding the ball. He got to the foul line 14 times, and I thought he played well. But a lot of that, again, our guards are doing a nice job of finding him and delivering the ball to him.
Coach, a final comment from you just on the upcoming OVC tournament. I know you guys will try to enjoy this victory the rest of the night, but it'll be back to work tomorrow morning and watching film on whichever opponent you guys draw and then getting ready for the trip to Nashville.
Well, we're excited, you know, no matter who we play or where we end up in the seedings. Postseason tournament is always fun. I think one thing we've always done is go into the tournament with a confidence and a swagger, and it'll be no different. You know, we're not the tournament favorite going in, but that's the fun part of the tournament. Our guys will be prepared, they'll be excited to play, and hopefully we can do what we've done the last 3 years, which is play in the championship game.
Once again, Morehead State, a winner tonight in men's basketball, 76-61 over SIU Edwardsville, finishing on a good note here at Johnson Arena on senior night. Coach Donnie Tyndall, Senior Lamont Austin, Senior Ty Profitt. Thanks, guys, for your time, and we'll be catching up with you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks.